A whaia te mo mia o loa mai Samoa, ma nisi o atu moto le Pasifika e peo fiti matonga. E na o le tasi lava le maketi te mo mia, le Tasi Market.
Tasi Market, e le ngata I fua whatoanga, e maua fo ia te ma isi me tau mafa mai le moana.
E peo na uwhai atu, e te maua uma o loa mai atu moto le Pasifika. O le talo le te sila mai ai, numero tasi lea o loa sa palai mai le atu o fiti. Kako karongi ue fo ia yasoi. Maua foi le umala mai tonga. E le ngata ilea, mo ila tau e fia le tātou tamo le whae. E te maua umala vai Tasi Market.
Ai whawhetu langa o whaalawelawe?
E sa o le lei, e maua tātou pusa pisupo. Tu ainga le lei ya leo le pama. Le ngata foi lea, maua pusa moa, I so si tu ainga sizes. Whapea foi la kako pusa siu pipi. Panse mai ngar ka pusa siu ngar whapule mole. Tai. Tama ia mo fara la vergata foi leo pusa pepe I le Tasi Market.
E maua fo I pu mo whaalawelawe, in bulk I le Tasi Market.
Ia le nā Samoa, a mai ala o na whai umalau whaatau I nei le o nanga le Tasi Market. Aua nei e tu mui, ai alo whai nei o tātou ainga I Samoa o le whea ngai Markoviti. E iai fo I le lātou o nanga ua tā ua le MALAKA. E lafo ai tupe mo ainga I Samoa e le ngata o nisi o atu motu le Pasifika. E tasi lava le no fuanga I te whai ai tūranga uma nei. Le Tasi Market, whale o loi Messi Road I West Auckland, a le ngata I leo papakura I South Auckland.
Can you be my wife?
Ia o te whaatalo whātu, ma ofolo whātu I le paia, maolunga o le tātou au mei moa I lenei tu la o le aso. O lo au auna lenei o pea Semu, lea o te whaatasi atu ma le uso I a Hannah Schmidt. O le oa se e mai le foe, mo le tātou pokalame, Yafi uma mai le aso ngā fua tau I le aso whareile. Ia, e ele manatu o lo o manuia, ma saunga le mu au tau, ona o lea lofa, ma leanga le lei a lea lii. Ia, o lea ua e ma le manuia, feiva o le nei aso. Ia, malo le soifua manuia, malo le soifua folau. Why mai tato? How are you today? How are you? Beautiful Hana.
Malo lava soifua malangi e mama. Thank you, Pea, for that wonderful introduction. I am great today. We've had a really good, busy day today, haven't we?
O ka se pisia ngea, Hana. But, you know, first of all, I just want to make a few shout-outs to everyone that's tuned in to Alofa ya Regina, Hanley, Lei, also to Josefa, and we've got a few people that's malole so far. We hope your Friday is going well, but it's been a busy day. O ka se pisia.
Yes.
How was your morning?
It was good. We were at BluTV the classes. They are still going on with Asiata with their tattooing session. So it was very exciting to actually be there because I haven't been. And you were there today too. How did you find the experience?
Yes, also and before we do, it was the final stage. Mo le awhionga ia whalute, le whalito ia whalute, who is also one of our sponsors. So I do want to, before we get into it, would like to say a massive whawhetai lava i le tato sponsors. Yeah, sponsor Malosi, Tasi Market, Taupea, ia le Pacific Family Health Group, Pacific 40, ia ma le Maota o Samoa. So without our wonderful sponsors, this show would not be possible. But yes, I had the opportunity to head over to le kanga pea ngai le kaiao to support ia le whalitua ia whalute. So and now they've moved on to the finalizing all of it, and the graduation is tomorrow. And we were very blessed to have a live performance from the Punialava brothers o lea una whai I le lato pese o ka se mangele.
Beautiful singing.
Beautiful singing. It was a wonderful day. So once again, congratulations to the brother Asiata o lea nofo tatalo matapuai atu I le you know, BluTV mo le whaamoemoe le toititia, and then it's done, and then tomorrow is the big graduation.
Congratulations to everyone who is graduating tomorrow. What a milestone, right? That course was 3 months. So that they were doing this course for 3 months. They're graduating tomorrow. So we're very excited. Bluwave is a proud sponsor for BluTV, and we're looking forward to it. Our keynote speaker tomorrow will be Aupito for the graduation, Honourable Minister Aupito. So a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, you know, like we've mentioned, you know, in previous talanoas, it is o le tāua ia o leanga. You know, as I mentioned before, as a New Zealand-born Samoan, you know, e leka kainga, you know, whaamalosi I le mele leanga ngu. You know, when we're growing up, I kongwa onga, because, you know, sometimes we don't actually value it as when we think that we've got everything here in New Zealand. Yeah, ngā ngalo e ia le kakoanga ngu, but it's so. It adds so much more value to our lives. So, malo lava Asiata, and especially e lo whalito ia hana, for your tireless work, you know, all the work that you do behind the scenes. We do have a packed out show. We have the Honourable Aupito, who will be tuning in shortly, and we also have KaSeki, who will be joining us. They have a show that's happening tomorrow that we'll be talking a little bit about their show, more taiao. And also we've got MALAKA Band, so the band Malosia Lea South Auckland, o lea ua celebrates 5 years o lea ua koangele 5 kausanga a le pepe le awhionga ia talapaonga. So we will be joining, they will be joining us a little later with some live performances for your evening, for your Friday evening, to finish off the week. But there is another video that we've got playing. We had o lea le sifa amoemoe lea. Some of you may know o lea ua select mai New Zealand. Wait, no, not New Zealand. Yeah, Peter Jackson. O lea ngā maha whekau ima Peter Jackson about a few months ago. O lea ua mai e lea wanoa. A wā ia le o se tala po se theatre show fo'i called Redemption.
Redemption. I am so excited. And Bea, this is her first acting, right, in a production. So she is one of the main characters, and our whole team is basically excited to see this. She's been practicing really hard, but I just wanted to ask you, how are you feeling about it? This is, I know, I've always known you to be someone to do something outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So this is like really outside. Would you say it's really outside of your comfort zone?
I wouldn't say really outside of my comfort zone. O le mea masangi, or, you know, when we grew up, we, you know, a mese a kako i ngei, e mua o le au loku. So a shout out to Tamaki PIPC, and also I want to acknowledge the late Reverend Stefano Tama, you know, you know, the seed o le whatuna toto. You know, back in the days, o leanga oil of Samoa, well, you know, Gala. And I also want to acknowledge Rasalama Beato, because of Peo le whaia o ngale o ke ngia, and also to Tautai. Tautai, you know, it's the seed they planted back when I was younger. E moia e whaingo whiela le White Sunday. Every year you have galas and but e peko ese foa ia le theatre. And I do want to acknowledge the director and also the producer, Jace, and also to DJ, because it's a hard job.
I would imagine it to be.
But I take my hat off to them because e manga o mia, we do need the producers and directors to have a space. So you know, your son or daughter, they have that place to make it. You never know. Play, you know, I'll be next to The Rock.
Aquaman.
But you never know. Opportunities are and you know, make use of your opportunities wisely. But yeah, we had a good conversation with regards to that. You know, e ofo I le whainga o le leo, o le kāua, you know, I play a mum. You know, I play the young mum, and then I play the older mum. So as a young mum, I'm more patient. So you know, kaukala ngai mawhai o lenga whamea ia Jace, a le mu, I whai le mu ia o lenga pia, and then I'm just like, okay, how do I? Because you have to be patient. Son, kai mai I whakongoa mum leo whai. And as an older mum, it's snappy.
Is this production in Samoan?
It's bilingual.
Mixed? Oh, that's amazing.
Bilingual. So bring your family and friends around. But it is Mother's Day this weekend.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. First of all, it's not Mother's Day today, but you know what I mean. Very exciting. Let us know in the comments what you guys are doing for your mums, your nan, the special woman in your life, you know? What will you guys be doing? But are you doing anything for Mother's Day?
Well, I'm hoping I get treated a little bit early because we are a little bit busy tomorrow with work as well. So I'm hoping something. But yes, shout outs to all of our mothers, whawhetai lava to I tato tina. You know, we know that it's not an easy job. You know,
the hardest job.
Yeah, it is the hardest job. You know, you are up to go see your children. Not only your children, you are there. You are the backbone of our family. So you know, a happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers. But because we were talking a little bit about Lekalalea, Redemption All In, we had the opportunity to have a talanoa with Jace and also to DJ, the director, and also the producers of this theatre show that's coming up in end of May, June. We had a little chat about their journey. So right after this, we will be talking to Aupito. Stay tuned. Whaatalo whatu le mamalu o Samoa whaapea New Zealand o loo mai mo mai I le nei teimi. O le aso, o lea o le a whaatala no le mata upu lea o le performing arts. It's something similar to White Sunday, po le aso safu e tamiti. E maa sani to produce DJ today to talk about their struggles and a story that we're all so familiar with. They're bringing now to life.
Malolei, talofa lava, kia ora everyone. My name is Jason Manumua. I am Tongan and born and bred here in Auckland, New Zealand. And my parents are from Tongatapu. I have attended Southeast Film and Television School way back in the early 2000s. And then went on and worked in the industry, doing a lot of production, and then started doing some script writing, got into theatre, went back to drama school.
Talofa lava, malo lava, soifua mo, malalangi ma. I'm DJ Fong. Both my parents are Samoan. Dad comes from the villages of Whalefa, and mum comes from Wainganga in Samoa. I came from studying performing arts at Best Youth Academy when I was still around at the time. From there, I moved on to Pipa, did a 1-year course there, and then slowly went out and did my own thing. It's not an easy industry to crack, to be honest. It comes with a lot of sacrifices as well. It's not easy. You may think it's just a piece of cake, but it's not. It's honestly probably one of the hardest things you're gonna have to go through. But like Jace mentioned before, stuck to his guns. I was able to stuck to my guns as well, to still persevere and strive to finishing off the course and what I was doing, and to having this vision in my head to complete it. And but that was always a mindset. It's not easy to get in. It's very difficult, and if you're lucky, you're lucky. If you're not, then unlucky.
You know, these days now, we're starting to see more of our faces on TV, and I think that's encouraging more brown faces Pacifica to consider acting, consider going into production and those sort of things. And so the fact that we can tell our stories definitely, you know, we create our own capacity and influence to actually start making more of our own work and stuff like that. So if it's a passion of yours, if it's something that, you know, you love telling stories or you love acting, you know, you definitely gotta, you know, you owe it to yourself to give it a go, to try as many different things, especially like if you're young, try different things, because then you know what works for you. You know, for my fellow Tongans out there, ka pau ka mea o ke amanaki ke whai, ngau he TV, pe koe whao whaiwa, kai mea pehe, whai pe, ai mea ke loto ki ai, koe hi koko e pehe ko ho mou. He o pe e whangata ia, e whami mahau, ke ngau fie, ko ngau mahi no e na toi mea ko ia, ka ngau tokon pe, kia te koe. Whai e mea ko ia he ko hi, e au ki he taimi, te ke au sia ngahi mea koe na o ke loto ki ai. Ko ia ko whakaloto lahi at pe ka tek mautulu, ke o mo manawahe, o mo sio lalo ke ngahi taleniti me ngā mea te he. Whai pe mea ko ia e pe hono ola hono taimi. Ko ia pe. Yeah, so we have a theatre show coming up, Redemption All In, and this is the brainchild really of DJs. So that's coming up soon on May 31st to the June 2nd at Mangere Arts Centre. Set in South Auckland, about a young man who obviously goes down the wrong path through life and has to learn the hard way. You know, he has to seek redemption to get back, you know, back to a place where he's right again, with people in his world, his family, and all that sort of stuff.
You're in the right place, brother. God is still working. God is still working. Why is it hard to keep moving?
Oh, it was back in 2017. I played a character named Tyson. It's directed by one of my other good mates, Suli Moore. He pretty much gave me this Tyson character, who was a real... This character is one of those characters you just want to fasi, like, I swear, man. Like, he's one of those guys who's honestly in his own world, doing his own things, following the wrong pathways. And for me, I wanted to bring that character back into a redemption because I didn't think there was a fitting ending to that character. So I kind of figured out, oh, okay, so how am I going to do this? And once I had that meeting with Jace, prior to everything happening, I said to him, hey, I've got a character based on previous production shows, but I want to bring it back into this show as a main. So I bring the Tyson character back with the bandana, with the black clothing that he wears. I wanted to bring that back because I wanted him to have a proper ending, a proper send-off, and a proper way to kind of, you know, walk into his own, right off into the sunset.
Hurry up! Give me money! Don't look at me funny!
I wanted to show people, the audience, that us islanders, we go through these things, but we do not talk about it. So it's hard and difficult for us to kind of like, oh, you know, this is something that you're going through on a daily basis, but it's so hard to reach out to our people, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, or even the communities. It's hard to reach out. So I guess my idea was to bring this story onto theatre, because maybe we can get something from the audience like, oh man, I was going through it. It was hard for me to open up, but I'm glad someone's told my story for me on my behalf.
I think deep down underneath it all, it's, you know, DJ's called it redemption, because we're answering this question, you know, can someone redeem themselves if they've gone down a path, gone too far? Is there such a thing like, can you come back from that? You know, can you restore yourself? Can you come back to, you know, being, you know, safe again and together again with loved ones? Or...
I'm sorry, Mum. I'm sorry about everything. I'm so stupid.
Hey, they beat yourself up. You live, you learn.
Yeah, well, I learned too late.
Trust me.
If you haven't been out to a theatre show, I definitely encourage you to bring. It's a family-friendly show, so we've written it in a way so there's no swearing and none of that stuff that, you know, our Pacific people can get offended easily by. So it's a family-friendly show, and so I encourage you to bring, you know, even elders, grandma and grandpa, because yes, definitely, as DJ said, we're now in Orange, so our theatre is now fully open, and so, you know, more people can come and watch the show. But it's an entertainment, it's a night out, and yes, you're going to be moved, you will laugh, you will have tears. We can guarantee you that. That's what happened with our last season. And in season 2, we've just developed it a bit more based on season 1. Our show is on May the 31st, which is a Tuesday, and runs till Thursday. So it's only 3 shows. So that's June the 2nd. Tickets are available on Event Finder. Mangere Arts Centre, put it into your calendars. We hope to see you there. We have merchandise that we're creating. We'll be selling food. So if the show won't bring you, hopefully the food will. Come and watch us, yeah.
Mga mea lava ko support o whaapea ngai sound mea ai de sa maka ko so come along and bring your friends and family like Jason has mentioned, and we shall do the very best that we can to put on the perfect show, the best show we can for you for 2022.
Ole na Samoa, a little atalanoa with regards to everything about performing arts. They've shared with us how they want more and more films with brown faces here in our community. So the details are the show Redemption. It is this year in May, 3 days. Check out all of the details and you can find the tickets on Event Finder. That's us, tō whāsoi fua. There you have it. Super nervous for this show that's coming up. Theatre. Whaapea e kele I malamala Englisi lea o DJ. Ia whamei le kala DJ. O tickets uma e maua lunga le Event Finder. So it is a 3-day e koruaso le porkalame lea. You are allowed to bring your children. So it's a family friendly show. So it's going to be good. There's so many emotions. You know, it gave me a kangi, Mom.
Are your kids going to be there?
Yes, my kids are going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for
I'm very excited for that moment. You know, them seeing their mum on stage would be very... How are you feeling about it?
You know, Hannah, the truth is it's I'm still trying to grasp the fact that I have been asked to play mum. So, you know, it's funny. They said, it should be easy for you, Pia. To be honest, I'm a terrible mom. And, you know, I'm trying to play a character that I am, but I'm not. It's actually quite hard.
She's not a terrible mom, by the way. She's not a terrible mom.
You know, you try to focus on being a mum, and then you're like, do I do that as a mum? So there's a lot of things to take into consideration when you are doing the lafo kala, kala, and then you learn it when you're at church and Sunday school, but when you have a professional or who's a team that are qualified, it's so different. But let's talk a little bit about our the space. We've got people like Torfinga, we've got people like Dwayne, the Rock Johnson.
I was just telling Bear during while we were playing that video, was that we're so used to seeing Palangi faces on screen. So a lot of Pasifika people, they feel that they're not worthy enough to be on screen because they don't look like Palangis. But what do you have to say to that?
Hannah, I'll be honest. I think there is the thing is with our Pasifika people, we can definitely adapt. We're so masangi and we're so creative that we can actually adjust, and the creative arts or the performing arts industry, it doesn't just stop at actors and actresses. I remember speaking to a cousin of mine, Josh Fahitua, and he spoke highly about how our Pasifika people are able to, jump a little bit higher, or a little bit flexible. The thing is we don't believe in ourselves. We are always doubting ourselves, and that was the problem with me. I always doubted myself a lot, and when I was able to get the opportunity, I said yes. So, and this was actually during the time, ke mi fui alea o leka whaakali pe malanga o ke malanga I Samoa. And I think I took it with both hands, and I knew that this is, do I go to Samoa or do I do Bewhaile production? So, I think for me, I knew that the production was there, and I took it, and I ran with it.
Amazing. And it's only up from here, right? It's going to be her first many productions. I was telling her I'd love to see her on Shortland Street someday.
But I do encourage everyone, you are passionate about pursuing a career to be an actor, do it. I say do it. There are other ways of trying to do what you want to do, that you absolutely love, that you're passionate about. Do it. I say do it. Don't hold back, because you will get to my age and then you finally realize, hey Lord, be my manga pe anga place a doctor on Shortland Street. So just do it. I say do it. If you're passionate about something, go for it.
And also if you have, maybe kids, or you're watching the show and you know someone who may be in that position that they're too shy to go up, tell them to contact Bea. And I know she's a very approachable person. She can give good advice, and she can maybe give you the right advice to guide you into the right direction.
Yeah. Some of my advice is not probably the advice that I would give to me. But look, please come through to the show. We've got the information there again. Redemption All In Season 2. Fear can hold you prisoner. Hope can set you free. You can find all of the ticket information on Event Finder, or you can head over to Mangry Arts Centre and purchase your tickets there. Get the hard copy. Don't forget, because if you know me, I will make sure I push these tickets out. So, and look, we would like to say a massive shout out to those who have tuned in from Melbourne. Also, shout out to Upu Fa'awi, also to Palangi Boy, who has tuned in as well. We're going to go into a quick break, and we're going to talk a little bit while we wait for our guest for today, the Honourable Aupito. Stay tuned.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili o le tau. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa.
ona whaanga le whaatau ai o loa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa so fua tau ai le sia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Le wana whaatau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher ua maua le apasusio se wa fine.
So se paro loa fai ngo fie, a me se le te whai ma le telefoni, tai mi uma.
Ai lo le lafo merkes o nei no le tamao le ainga.
Fa te tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo fa tai. Ma lu la le tampai.
Fa tai talo for voucher.
Teki, talo for voucher.
O le tautua ma le auaunanga o le Maota Samoa Service Station nei tuanai matu. Mātou te utuina lau sa ma le tele leo nisi matu auaunanga ese. Ai le ngata fo i lea, mātou te siakiina fo i lau tāwale. Mātou te sapalaia fo i swahuu mo lau tāwale. A whai fo i o vai pa o lau sa, a wala te popole. Mātou te sapalaia fo i ea mo lau tāwale. Mo lau nofo silafia, mua, ta pē lau tāwale pe autu. Lua, ta pē lau telefoni i le taimi e utu ina i lau tāwale. Mana tua foi, e matua i whaasa ina le tau mawhatapa a ino foanga whape nei. Wa iai foi au nanga i lunga o le Pacific 40, e whaatau ina ai le talo for voucher. Maota Samoa, o le Maota mo Samoa uma. Mātou te fia e au na pia mo o e Samoa, whawhetai le awhio mai, we'll see you again, and God bless.
A whaia te mo mia o loa mai Samoa, ma nisi o atu moto le Pasifika e peo fiti matonga. E na o le Tasi lava le marketi te mo mia, le Tasi Market.
Tasi Market, e le ngata i fua whatoanga, e maua fo i ia fee, ma isi me tau mawha mai le moana.
E pea ona uwhai atu, e te maua uma o loa mai atu moto le Pasifika. O le talo le te sila mai ai, numero tasi lea o loa sa palai mai le atu o fiti. Kako karongi ue fo ia yaso ia. Maua foi le umala mai tonga. E le ngata i lea, mo i la tau e fia le tātou tama o le whai. E te maua umala vai Tasi Market.
A whawhetu langa o whaalawe.
E sa o le lei, e maua tātou pusa pisupo. Tu ai ngā le lei ia leo le pama. Le ngata foi lea, maua pusa moa i so si tu ai ngā sizes. Whapea foi la kako pusa siu pipi. Anse mai ngar ka pusa siu ngar whapule mole. Tai. Tama ia mo whara, la vergata foi leo pusa pepe i le Tasi Market.
E maua fo e ipu mo whaalawe, in bulk i le Tasi Market.
Ia le nā Samoa, a mai ala o na whai umalau whaatau i nei le o ranga le Tasi Market. Aua nei e tūmuri, ai alo whai nei o tātou ai ngai Samoa o le whea ngai markoviti. E iai fo i le lātou o ranga ua tā ua le MoneyGram. E lafo ai tupe mo ai ngai Samoa e le ngata o nisi o atu moto le Pasifika. E tasi lava le no fuanga i te whaia ai tūranga uma nei. Le Tasi Market, whale o loi Massey Road i West Auckland, a le ngata i leo Papakura i South Auckland.
Can you be my wife?
Yeah, welcome back and talofa lava to everyone who's just tuned in. You've missed out. We are still waiting on standby for the Honourable Aupito. So we understand that the Honourable Aupito is always busy. So yeah, he is a very, very busy man. So we thought we'll come back in and we will talk a little bit about the Language Week, because it's a few questions that we did have for the Honourable Minister Aupito. So, Language Week is such a big initiative for the Ministry of Pasifika people. So
yeah, it's a huge investment from government to help Pasifika people move forward and assimilate in a Western society. Yeah. So it's a huge thing for us for sure.
It is. It's a massive thing. And it's been highlighted by the Ministry of Pasifika people. Le kaua o le ngei mea o le aoinga o le angangu, or the language and the culture. Everything they have put together and compiled, they've stressed how important it is to to learn a little bit more about your roots. I think previously we've been blessed to open up and be part of the New Wayan language or first bilingual unit that was opened up at a school here in Auckland. So it's a big space that we're looking into. So
and accomplishment as well to get to that milestone. But before we go into the language weeks, I just wanted to ask you a question. Why is language important to you? And you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think just more so the identity. When you're born here in New Zealand, you struggle to kind of find your place. And I still struggle every single day. But, I've learned so much being connected with the Ministry of Pacifica people, the businesses like Laura's, the Pacific Business Hub, also the Pacific Business Trust. There are so many industries here, or so many platforms here in Auckland and throughout New Zealand that enable us to, seek or connect with our language. So I think more so just identity
for sure. And I guess what you were saying in regards to lens, they put a Pacific lens on it. Seeing someone that speaks like you, talks like you is very important. But yes, that's why language weeks are important. We have Rotuman Language Week coming up.
Yes, we do.
Which is very exciting.
We do have the Rotuman Language Week that we will also be collaborating with the Ministry of Pacific people who have bringing you the language weeks every single week. So it is something to look forward to next week, which is where we're going to be learning a little bit more about the Rotuman community. So a massive shout out to my two Rotuman friends, Georgie and Itu, who are the most wonderful.
They're so sweet. They're lovely people. I've met them on several occasions, and it was great. I love what they, the flavor they bring to the table. It's very different from us Samoans, but we merge so well.
And, I still remember the greeting, which is no ia, which means hello. So don't forget, if you are, wanting more information with regards to the lead up Awaia Lekako Language Weeks, head over to the Ministry of Pacifica people, and all of the information will be provided on their website. So don't forget, it is an initiative that's been put forward by Ministry of Pacifica people, which is really important. So
So we're going to be looking forward to Rotuman Language Week, New Wayan Language Week, and for the rest of the year is going to be a rollout of Pacifica Language Weeks. That's Pacific success in my eyes. So talking about Pacific success, Maunga.
Yes. A massive congratulations to Le Maunga, Lydia Sosene. We wanted to ask the Honourable Aupito to congratulate the beautiful Le Maunga, as a new MP, and what it's like to, to see, more Pacific, in the Pacific, in the caucus as it's now, compared to when Aupito was back in the time.
Yeah, so Aupito has been in politics for a very long time, and during that time, the amount of representation in Parliament by Pacifica is expanding, and it's always a good thing to see, right? So congratulations, Le Maunga. We are so happy for you, so that you can represent our people in Parliament. But that's a lot of success going on already in the Pacific, our Pacific sphere. So there was also a conference that Aupito went to in Palau, and it was dedicated to taking care of our oceans. And that's exciting. So if you want to look into it, you can head over to Minister Aupito William Seal's Facebook page, and he will have some information on how that is benefiting our Pacific peoples.
We did talk a little bit, and we did discuss a little bit about the, Labour Party has been receiving a lot of blame around the New Zealand crime rate rising, especially from the opposition party. We did want to discuss this with the Honourable Minister Aupito and what his thoughts were around the blame on the crime rates. I have to admit the crime rates have gone up, and I've just seen, increasing, and I've seen the recent events with the youth who have, there was 3 locations.
It's really bad. It's increasing. But in saying that, I'm not really a person to try and put blame on one person or an entity, because it's very unfair. There are a lot of issues underlying why crime is rising, and one of them is trying to better engage with our youth. Like, you can't just expect young people who may not come from very loving backgrounds to exist in a world and then act accordingly to how we should conduct ourselves as adults. So we need to have better approaches on how to engage with our youth. Not just having this mentality where we should just send them away to prison or to a youth camp where they can be punished for it. So I'm a big believer in that, and that's why I'm also a big believer in your production, because it breaks down that family unit. You know what I mean? So better approaches around youth crime, I reckon.
And you know what, and I think this is, and I do want to go back to Le Polokalame that Asiata does run. He will be having another class, so if you are looking at joining the class, or le vasenga, please do so, because I do recall Asiata explaining le taua, just learning the oratory, because when you learn the Samoa, it also, his belief is there's also discipline in there. When you learn the Samoa, and I never understood it until Asiata explained to me that simple things like chores, and there's things like this that we don't often we think about, I'm not doing that. But when you look back and you understand, there's discipline in there. It's hidden, but it's good. It's good discipline. So, I'm looking forward to joining the class again, so we can hopefully ignite that fire within, because so please, the information, if you need to join the class, please do so.
Absolutely. And if you need any more information, feel free to ring us at Bluwave. We're more than happy, because we work closely with Asiata and his class. And feel free to hit up Bear, feel free to hit up me. We can answer simple questions, like, even if it's things like, is it scary? Will the people judge me if I don't know how to say my introduction in Samoa? The answer is yes, they will judge you, but yes, they will also support you 100%. So yeah. Look,
we do have a massive space here that enables us to learn. So please, don't, you know what I mean? I say do it. If you are struggling with the angangu'u, just come. Learners, beginners, come through. But we've just got an indication from our producers that unfortunately the Honourable Aupito is unable to make it today. But we do have KaSeki, who are now on standby and ready to talk a little bit about their show that's happening tomorrow. So we're going to go into a quick break, and right after that break, we've got the boys here from KaSeki joining us live from Wellington.
Taupea voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili o le tau. Ole lafo me o le pepa tala oloa. Ona whaanga le whaatau ai oloa e au ngā more ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa so mo tau ai le sia sa.
Le fia po I sa we mo mawina le foi au ngā fo e ala mai le tala for voucher. Le wana whaatau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le tala for voucher. Ua mau le apusu o se wa fine. So se paro loa fai ngo pie. A me se le tferwa I malo telefoni whaatai me uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash, o nei no le tamao le ainga.
Ia whaatea tu lava le tala whakauta mo le fwoi au nang fau whaatai. Mā lua lava le tamwhai.
Whaatai tala whakauta. Teki tala whakauta.
O le tautua ma le auaunanga o le Maota Samoa Service Station nei tuanai matu. Mātou te utuina lau sā ma le tele o nisi matu auaunanga ese. Ai le ngata fo i lea, mātou te siakiina fo i lau tāwale. Mātou te sapalaia fo i swau mo lau tāwale. A whai fo i o vai pa o lau sā, a wala te popole. Mātou te sapalaia fo i ea mo lau tāwale. Mo lau nofo silafia, mua, ta pē lau tāwale pe autu. Lua, ta pē lau telefoni i le taimi e utu ina i lau tāwale. Mana tua foi, e matua i whaasa ina le tau mawhatapa a ino foanga whape nei. Wa iai foi au nanga i lunga o le Pacific 40 e whaatau ina ai le talofa voucher. Maota Samoa, o le Maota mo Samoa uma. Mātou te fia e au na pia mo o e Samoa, whawhetai le awhio mai, we'll see you again, and God bless.
A whaia te mo mia o loa mai Samoa, ma nisi o atu moto o le Pasifika e peo fiti matonga. E na o le Tasi lava le marketi te mo mia, le Tasi Market.
Tasi Market, e le ngata i fua whatoanga, e maua fo i ia fee, ma isi me tau mawha mai le moana.
E peo na uwhai atu, e te maua uma o loa mai atu moto o le Pasifika. O le talo le te sila mai ai, numero Tasi lea o loa sa palai mai le atu o fiti. Kako karongi ue fo ia yaso ia. Maua foi le umala mai tonga. E le ngata i lea, mo i la tau e fia le tātou tama o le whai. E te maua umala mai Tasi Market.
Ai whawhetu langa o whaalawe.
E sa o le lei, e maua tātou pusa pisupo. Tu ainga le lei ia lea o le pama. Le ngata foi lea, maua pusa moa, i so si tu ainga sizes. Whapea foi la kako pusa siu pipi. Anse mai ngar ka pusa siu ngar whamule mole. Tai. Tama ia mo whara, la vergata foi leo pusa pepe, i le Tasi Market.
E maua fo i ipu mo whaalawe, in bulk, i le Tasi Market.
Ia le nā Samoa, a mai ala o na whai umalau whaatau i nei le oudanga le Tasi Market. Aua nei e tūmuri, ai alofai nei o tātou ai ngai Samoa o le whea ngai markoviti. E iai fo i le lātou o oudanga ua tā ua le MALAKA Band. E lafo ai tupe mo ai ngai Samoa e le ngata o nisi o atu motu le Pasifika. E tasi lava le no fuanga i te whai ai tūranga uma nei. Le Tasi Market, whale o loi Massey Road i West Auckland, a le ngata i leo papakura i South Auckland.
Can you be my wife?
Digital solution incorporates Pasifika values and cultures, there are no limitations. We offer a variety of digital media solutions that cater to Pacific peoples. With over 10 years' experience in graphic design and photography, we take pride in creating art with a Pacific focus. We also specialize in filming, editing, and live streaming. A digital media company serving our Pasifika families, Pasifika businesses, and Pasifika communities. Bluwave Ngalumoana. Live and breathe Pacific.
Welcome back. Yeah, malo lava. Whapea le whakwa e join mai ia. Awangi ingalo like, love and share for all of the above. Right now we have a very special guest that are joining us all the way from the windy Wellington. We have the awesome KaSeki joining us. We've got Wayne, Favour and also Nathan, who join us right now. Talofa lava boys, how are you today?
Talofa. Hello, everybody. We've been looking forward to this. Actually, it's been a while since we've had a radio interview.
Boys, how have you been? How's the weather in Wellington?
It's always better down here in the capital. It's been good down here in Wellington. It's getting to some sort of normality. Streets are starting to get packed again. So it's really exciting. Things are going back to normal down here. Hopefully the same up there. We're really excited to come over.
I believe what your flights are first thing in the morning. How are you preparing for your flights in the morning?
Well, if no sleep, we're not going to sleep tonight. We're going to practice. Sad moi.
Ngā ke whaalonga o Wayne. Kei lo le kamale o le moe o mia. O māsangia e whio e whawhangu. O Wayne foi. O le kamale e māsangi ngā misi langa flights pia o isikemi. So I think o le kongu sa o ai whai. O e mo moe le malaiva le because Wayne is the worst person to get up in the morning. I tell you, man.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, this is Favor. This is the guy who needs to sleep on the plane.
But boys, first off, we'll go through and introduce yourselves. I know everyone would like to know the villages that you come from, so please we'll go and we'll start with you first off. I'm in Molea, Nathan.
Yeah, maro so for olo ingo Nathan Lopa. Yo ola kasi olo kamar ko ilau. Alo kinga ia olon tamai so melinu o mota. Au le tinaro tinai so melinu o sapalik. Sabat lupe siliva. Yeah, malo.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Tarofa, roingoa o komiti o whiau ese wen la ai. O te mau le moa mariko la ai o te nao talapona sina tala la ai. O te nai sau mai vairo palauri savai. O te mai sau mai leo moenga masalo whaka. Maro soi fua malange ma.
Yep, Maro soi fua malange ba. Yo whaiva lo ingoa, whaiva Junior Brown. Yep. O te te nā ia o Vaiema, sau mai le nuu ua whenga, manu swatia i o te mau whaiva, sau mai le nuu ua murwhanua wharewha, ia awa una ola sa malai ulu sa wat. Ia, whatala tuna.
Ka ngapa le mukala ngapa.
Yeah, malo lava. Yeah, favor lo ke whaalonga I fō pe umai ka inga because I'm from a whenga ai o Whalafoi. O Whalafoi me sau male ngunga o muriwhangua, so hi Kaz. Yeah, se uma fez kakala. Ma ngai a foi. E kol kemi foi ale e mo ele Kaz. E mo foi ele ticket. Yeah.
Thank you so much, boys, for the amazing introductions. It's great to know where you guys are from. And now you'll be finding heaps of cousins in your inbox after this. So that'll be good. But I just wanted to ask you guys, I'm a huge fan of your band, your music. I listen to your guys' stuff all the time. So I just want to ask, why did you guys form KaSeki? What brought you guys together?
Nathan. Well... well, before I start, this Saturday, we've been together for about 2 years now. And so we formed in 2020 during Samoan Language Week. And so every Samoan Language Week marks 1 year. And so as of the first week of June, we'll mark 2 year anniversary. How we started, it's quite a funny story. When we were coming out of lockdown, Te Papa, the National Museum, they were doing their reopening after lockdown, and it happened to fall on Samoan Language Week. So they were looking for performers to perform each day of their reopening weekend. They were looking for a string band. There were no string bands and there haven't been any string bands, especially down here in Wellington, since for a long time. And they had contacted one of the brothers, Benna, who was a part of our team as well, was a manager. If he knew of any group, he didn't know himself, but he knew Wayne. Who doesn't know Wayne? I mean, yeah. He called Wayne and said, "Hey, the Papa are looking for a string band, but you know your community better than me." So Wayne got in touch with Favor. Wayne then got in touch with me. And yeah, the rest is history. I mean, it was only supposed to be one gig. I was only going to turn up, do my songs, get my money. And
but it turned out to something bigger.
We realized on that day that we had something great going. And
so I pretty much started the band. It was my gig, and these two actually met when we joined. They didn't know each other, but I knew Favor and I knew of Nathan. And then we came together, we had our jam, and we never looked back.
Yeah.
Nice. So what have you guys got planned for your special 2-year anniversary?
That's a great question. I mean, financially, KaSeki is in shape, but if I know Wayne, his financial status is quite great. So
Wayne is busy.
So we're looking for any sort of donations. But now we normally, because it falls on Samoan Language Week, we normally get a lot of gigs during Samoan Language Week. And so this year, our Language Week falling on the first week of June, we've got quite the calendar. So yeah, we're looking forward to just playing in front of our people. You know, that's what we love to do.
You know what? I was talking to Hana a little earlier on, and I know Waino and I, we know each other very well, and I don't want to expose too much because I o ke malamalama ke o maka mai mam Waino, but Waino, you know his choice of music is a lot different to what he brought up a different type of music, but what he is now doing with you boys is actually, for me, I feel it's different. And you guys are playing a lot more of the really, really old school songs. And it actually prompted me to keep playing the Golden Ali'is. Can you tell us why exactly are you guys going back to the old school music? What is it about the old school music?
I think for us, when we joined at first, we naturally found that we all had a lot in common, especially with our taste in music, and we all loved old school music. Favor was born in Samoa, so he was listening to that in Samoa, and both me and Nate were listening to their music over here in New Zealand, and I think we all knew all those songs already, and I think it's what we had in common. So it just came natural to us when we started jamming those songs, and we all have the same passion for their old school music and their old school sound.
I think it's assurance as well that if Wayne's solo career doesn't work out,
you guys are sad, man.
No, that's why I created it the first time.
But you know, I want to hear from Favor. Beke go quiet skilling, but I'm pretty sure the quiet ones, I've heard they're the lethal ones. Favor, from Mola, you can answer in Samoan as well. What, you've now moved over, you're lenga e whānau i Samoa. How has it been for you to transition with these two lads here, Nathan and Wayne, when it came to music? Are you teaching them the wha Samoa?
Well, actually, o de ilo Wayne sama o nga whakasi Fixidea. So I studied music, and that's when I met Wayne. And I remember when I met Wayne the first time, because o laku kongol pakwa o nga o maoli ama wako ia palalangi. Ako vaaya rin sa kaya nga Hello, sa Wayne, my malos. Once he said who's, then I realized all of Samoa, what is Samoa? Wayne was like, yeah, Samoa. I can't know for Samoa. Oh, do you know how to speak Samoa? Yeah. Oh, sorry, never go for Karis. Yeah, from there, yeah. that's with Wayne, and then Nate came along.
I've been teaching them how to speak English.
Yeah, Nathan, I think you need to help Waino because be umai kau slur kala ka mga Wayne. But you know, I'm going to quickly ask, you know, Samoan Language Week is going to be a 2-year anniversary with the music, and we've seen you all perform for the Ministry of Pasifika people. How important is language and angangu'u?
I mentioned this earlier on another radio interview. The importance of us having a hub here in New Zealand as Samoan diaspora, the need for resources, and a part of resources in education is music. We didn't have the luxury of being raised around, you know, the village, the community, but you know, we have adapted, and we've also been, you know, given the blessing to be raised around our church communities. But we feel that this is an obligation that God has given us three to carry on the mantle, you know, to pass it on, as well, to carry on the legacy that, you know, our musical artists have left us, you know, to you know, more so not to forget about the music that have come through Samoa. You know, our history, our Samoan history has not been written. It was passed down by word of mouth, and so then through song is one of the main things. And so we're carrying on that tradition, and on what a journey it has been, being able to the two audience, the young and old, you know, for our older people, it's the feeling of nostalgia, the music that they were listening to back in the day, as well as the new generation. You know, we are the window to the younger generation to connect them from the music of the past of Samoa. So yeah, it's really broad, but in the nutshell, it's an honor. Yeah.
And you're absolutely right on that, Nate, in regards to sharing our talents and also our history with our fellow Samoans. And I don't know if you remember me, but the last time I met you, we had a jam session together. It was only like 2 minutes, and I was very happy because I found someone else who knows how to play le'ingi, which is a talent that Nate has. So he can play in the kisuiki and the kikuwha. So Nate, I just have one more question. When are you looking at sharing that talent with the rest of the world?
Well, as soon as you subscribe and follow, and we come up with a registration fee. Nah. Soon, it's a goal, and it's something that we can network with as well. You know, Slack key, man, that's another avenue that we can go down as well. You know, not many people use it, and it's one thing that, you know, KaSeki could look into using in our music in the future as well.
Amazing! I'm so happy to hear that from you guys.
Yes, I remember.
You know what, and you know, thank you to you boys for ensuring, you know, for bringing out the old school music, because, you know, the young people like myself, you know, we really miss this type of music. I like to be in denial, but boys, tell us a little bit about your show that's happening tomorrow here in Auckland at the Mangere Arts Tautenta.
Yeah, guys, so if you don't already know, we are playing at the Mangere Arts Centre tomorrow. The show starts at 5, and if you haven't already grabbed your tickets, all the info about tickets and stuff are all on our pages, KaSeki on Facebook and Instagram. It's pretty much just the evening with KaSeki. We've done similar shows here in Wellington, but we haven't brought it out to Auckland yet. It's pretty much what we do here, what we jam on the daily when we're together here. And pretty much just sharing it with a wider audience in Auckland. Yeah, if you know who we are, then it's all our old school, beautiful island Samoan music. We also have other languages that Nathan has helped us with, and we're going to expand soon to more. But yeah, I won't say too much, because come along and find out for yourself.
I'm looking forward to it. I heard Fala's going to surprise me for Mother's Day. So I'm just waiting. I'm checking my account to see if there's a payment on my ticket. So we'll see you tomorrow, boys. But did you have any final words to share before you give us a little bit of a snippet of what we can expect live tomorrow, an evening with KaSeki?
I think more so we're just excited to have our first live audience for the first time in a long time. And so we're really keen and eager to get out there amongst our community, have a chat. There's a lot of people who have been messaging us looking forward to this concert that's coming up. And hey, hopefully that this leads on to more opportunities where we can go in amongst our Samoan communities around the country. And just, like I said, the concert's going to be exactly what we do in the garage, just with a bunch of people watching us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ava, did you have any final words?
Ia, e vea o whai ma, sui whafonga kau moni moro rau uso, ia mamori sea nganga whawhikai, ai ke uro maa whinga kwa ko maa fuga fue nia fiafi, whawhikai mo le vangoa, ia ua whaakarakala ngai fo I kusai, ia mare whaafiafianga I aso atai au, ia mamori fo I le whawhikai mare whaamalo I mamalo se tatua tunu, tamam tina mātua, ia o nei whanau lai ti ia masuk male no mando na tunu ia tatou whenua I atai au I mangele a seta ia su mai e fio mai tatou mafuta whatas pafonga fo inisio musika Samoa ia wha umakun mako kala ia isi pese reo sau ngia e rau vai pese
I can't wait.
Tai lava mo lava no nia ya.
Samoa no pataka. E mamai le tawai e mafu E aga tuai se whautuana Tau whima wila wanga nuku A tau nuku ani malo Lea manga o tau whai o Ali I tai a o le nuku E to fule matai ma le ara vai Se usu ole matai malana Ai te ale higati e au mangai a whaana tinati Au le tauno I le tano au ane I saisi Le malua vai popotoa I o Maota mai tahi Le fola pa I a mana tua Ina tia le tano I a te amua O e o le la tasi Papea malelu pesina O awa o iku E kui ai au whetaraia Thank you.
Oh, well done. Yeah, thank you so much to KaSeki who have made their time available for our team here at BluTV. We wish you boys all the very best for your very first live show here in Auckland, Maangele Arts Centre. So we've posted up all of the information for the show tomorrow. So awhate maua so tickets. Go and treat Mum to a special evening with KaSeki tomorrow at 6 p.m. Boys, thank you so much for making the time available for our team here on BluTV.
Thank you, guys.
God bless. Safe travels.
Let's go.
There you have it. We do want to acknowledge the boys and say thank you, Whawhetai Lava. On behalf of BluTV, we would like to say thank you. I have just received information that Mount MALAKA Band have finally joined us here live in studio, where we get to talk a little bit about their celebration for 5 years as a band together. I'm looking forward to it. What a milestone. 5 years is a long time for a band, and I can't wait. So we're going to go into a quick break, and right after the break, joining us is the representatives for Mount MALAKA Band live right after this. Stay tuned.
A whaia te mo mia o loa mai Samoa, ma nisi o atu moto le Pasifika e peo fiti matonga. E na o le tasi lava le maketi te mo mia, le Tasi Market.
Tasi Market, e le ngata I fua whatoanga, e maua fo'i ia fe'e, ma isi me tau mafa mai le moana.
E peo na uwhai atu, e te maua uma o loa mai atu moto le Pasifika. O le talo le te sila mai ai, numero tasi lea o loa sa palai mai le atu o fiti. Kako karongi ue fo'i ia soi. Maua foi le umala mai tonga. E le ngata ilea, mo I lātou e fia le tātou tama o le whae. E te maua umala mai Tasi Market.
Ai whawhetu langa o whaalawe.
E sa o le lei, e maua tātou pusa pisupo. Tu ainga le lei ia leo le pama. Le ngata foi lea, maua pusa moa, I so si tu ainga sizes. Whapea foi la kako pusa siu pipi. Anse mai ngar ka pusa siu ngar whapule mole. Tai. Tama ia mo whara, la vergata foi leo pusa pepe I le Tasi Market.
E maua fo'i ipu mo whaalawe, in bulk I le Tasi Market.
Ia le nā Samoa, a mai ala o na whai umalau whaatau I nei le auranga le Tasi Market. Aua nei e tūmuri, ai alofai nei o tātou ainga I Samoa o le whea ngai markoviti. E iai fo'i le lātou o auranga ua tā ua le MoneyGram. E lafo ai tupe mo ainga I Samoa e le ngata o nisi o atu moto le Pasifika. E tasi lava le no fuanga I te whaia ai tūranga uma nei. Le Tasi Market, whale o loi Massey Road I West Auckland, a le ngata I leo Papakura I South Auckland.
Can you be my wife?
For voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāua. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaangale e whaatau o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa suma fua tau e lesi asa sa. Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au ngā fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Le wana whaakau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher ua maua le apususi o sewa fine.
Tos paro loa whai ngō fie, a me se le te wherua I malau telefoni, tai mi uma.
Ai lo le lafo me le cash, o na inu e leo tamao le ainga.
Whapea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo, whaptai.
Ma lua langa le tampai. Tai talo for voucher.
Teki talo for voucher.
O le tautua ma le auaunanga o le Maota Samoa Service Station nei tuanai matu. Mātou te utuina lau sā ma le tele o nisi matu auaunanga ese. Ai le ngata fo I lea, mātou te siakiina fo I lau tāwale. Mātou te sapalaia fo I swahuu mo lau tāwale. A whai fo I o vai pa o lau sā, a wala te popole. Mātou te sapalaia fo I ea mo lau tāwale. Mo lau nofo silafia, mua. Taupea lau tāwale pe autu. Lua, taupea lau telefoni I le taimi e utu ina I lau tāwale. Mana tua foi, e matua I whaasa ina le tau mawhatapa a ino foanga whape nei. Wa iai foi au nanga I lunga o le Pacific 40, e whaatau ina ai le talofa voucher. Maota Samoa, o le Maota mo Samoa uma. Mātou te fia e au na pea mo o Samoa, whawhetai le afio mai, we'll see you again, and God bless.
A whai te mo mia o loa mai Samoa, ma nisi o atu moto le Pasifika e peo fiti matonga. E na o le Tasi lava le marketi te mo mia, le Tasi Market.
Tasi Market, e le ngata I fua whatoanga, e maua fo I a te ma isi me tau mafa mai le moana.
E pea ona uwhai atu, e te maua uma o loa mai atu moto le Pasifika. O le talo le te sila mai ai, numero tasi lea o loa sa palai mai le atu o fiti. Kako karongi ue fo ia yaso ia. Maua foi le umala mai tonga. E le ngata I lea, mo I lātou e fia le tātou tama o le whai. E te maua umala vai Tasi Market.
Ai whawhetu langa o whaalawe.
E sa o le lei, e maua tātou pusa pisupo. Tu ai ngā le lei ia leo le pama. Le ngata foi lea, maua pusa moa, I so si tu ai ngā sizes. Whapea foi la kako pusa siu pipi. Anse mai ngar ka pusa siu ngar whapule mole. Tai. Tama ia mo whara, la ngata foi leo pusa pepe, I le Tasi Market.
E maua fo I ipu mo whaalawe, in bulk, I le Tasi Market.
Ia le nā Samoa, a mai ala o na whai umalau whaatau I nei le o nanga le Tasi Market. Aua nei e tūmuri, ai alo whai nei o tātou ai ngai Samoa o le whea ngai markoviti. E iai fo I le lātou o nanga ua tā ua le MALAKA. E lafo ai tupe mo ai ngai Samoa e le ngata o nisi o atu moto le Pasifika. E tasi lava le no whanga I te whai ai tūranga uma nei. Le Tasi Market, whale o loi Messi Road I West Auckland, a le ngata I leo Papakura I South Auckland.
Can you be my wife?
MALAKA voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūlanga pitusili o le tāu. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaangā le e whaatau ai o loa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa so fua tau e le sia sa. Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana whaatau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher. Ua maua le apususi o se wa fine.
So se paro loa fai ngō fie. A mai se le te wherua I malau telefoni. Tai mi uma.
Ai lo le lafo me le cash. O na inu e nore tamao le ainga.
Ia whawhea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo. Whawhei.
Ma lua langa le tampai. Whawhei talo for voucher.
Teki talo for voucher.
Bluwave Ngalu Moana. We are focused on providing digital solutions for our Pacific people. With a creative team that incorporates Pasifika values and cultures, there are no limitations. We offer a variety of digital media solutions that cater to Pacific peoples. With over 10 years' experience in graphic design and photography, we take pride in creating art with a Pacific focus. We also specialize in filming, editing, and live streaming. A digital media company serving our Pasifika families, Pasifika businesses, and Pasifika communities. Bluwave Ngalu Moana. Live and breathe Pacific.
Yeah, so whaatalo whātu to all of our viewers who've just tuned in. Yes, we do have a very special guest, and it is a band that is so dear to one's heart. E ole band for iale e masangi o mika mikai I lunga le Facebook, and not only Facebook, all of the social media platforms. This weekend we celebrate 5 years for Mount MALAKA Band, or the band Malosi lava lea, I'm gonna say it, New Zealand. One of the best bands who remain strong together as a group. And today, o te whaatalo whatu, lo sunga Rachel, Fo, and Tufasa, who are joining us live today. Talofa lava, guys, how are you today?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for having us here.
We'll start with Rachel. We'll go around. We'll start with Rachel. Le tau sala lalile, ale Mount MALAKA Band. We'll start with you and we'll get you to introduce yourselves and then we'll go down to Fo.
Okay, so hi, my name is Rachel Mika Falefa. I am the daughter of the late Fetulima Mika. I am half Samoan, half Maoli. I speak both languages. And yes, no, I have been with the Mount MALAKA Band for 5 years now. And it's been a beautiful journey. I'm so blessed that we are now getting to this milestone. We were all excited and happy to share with everybody. These are all my brothers. I mean, we're missing all of them. There's 7 of us in our band. Some of them were unable to make it here tonight, but we're the main ones. We will bless you tonight. And yes, going back to speaking the 2 languages, it is English and Samoan.
Thanks,
thank you.
And yourself, please, Fo.
Ia whatalo whatalo malule a whafofonga mai nei I tu lao le aso ia olo ingoa o Fo pai lati e teru ia whamalulu atolo awai mai nisi o le mato whaeli talo ai nisi o fuafuanga whale ainga ia pele o le awai mai le sunga le pule ia fiu talapauna a whapea fo il mato taita ia sau ia manisi fo yo le mato whaeli le sunga ia so mese le uso ia Watsone ia whapea fo le uso ia Semu o le awai me la tole nei tu la le fiafi talo ai ia wha ma fofanga whalainga ia a viai maua ma le tofine ia Rachel e whai masui wha lauloa te wha me le aso a tai au ia e tu atu lau noa le uso ia Fasa.
Tano whalawa, olo ingo whale Fasa e lama o te olo o le no e sau mai elo tama o sale mo au tima sau mai waitile uta. I'm new to the band. Faufu ikai il whaili. Ako ngeile kun uamasing makaka. Ia ai lewe whamanga kule 5 kausanga le whaili. So ia wasi me ka ualawa il whaili. Ai mesia mako ia mo kalingi mai le kua.
Oh, you know what? I think everyone is very familiar with Mount MALAKA Band. I plaster all of the social media platforms with the love that I have. I love and I absolutely adore Mount MALAKA Band, and I do want to acknowledge the leader and also the management team, Loa Whionga, Talapaunga. You've done an awesome job. So once again, congratulations. Yeah, my happy birthday for ya, oi. And also to the partners and to the supporters, because without the behind the scene team, the band wouldn't have reached such a special milestone. And I think it's safe to say, lesi band, le umai ka apenga band, koe sau lesi band. And I'm going to say it honestly, and I do apologize if it does offend you, but, this is life. So you create a band, ka ape, pe wa misa foi, lesi band, leo lesi kenge, ya koe alu, koe sau. This is part of the industry. It is what it is. But today, such a special milestone, and I'm going to ask the question, and I'll get everyone to have their input as well, because Fasa, your input is as well. Only a few months joining the band, but you will see the connection and the bond that I see as a supporter for the band. But tell us, Sis Rachel, tell us, man, what is the secret to keeping this band together like this?
That is a very good question. Thank you so much. First of all, I do want to say Bea is one of our #1 supporters. We appreciate her love and support throughout all the years. No matter where we've gone, she's always been there. And if we don't see her for a couple of months, she will come back, and so we do appreciate you and appreciate you for having us here today. Going back to the question, it's actually simple for us. The thing would be our family. That is the reason why we are all being able to stay together. We all are married. Our husbands, our wives, they support us 100%. Without their support, we wouldn't have made it this far. We do have Tarapaunga and Sau. They're such good leaders and role models. Them also with their beautiful wives, May and Ave, they go above and beyond for our band. We do have our quarrels here and there, but the thing with us, it's how we overcome the quarrels. Like I'm the female of the band, and they're all my brothers, and we all just get each other. And our thing is we try to, people will say we're good, but that we don't see it as that. We just see that as motivation. We still need hundreds of steps to move forward in our band, and that's why I am so proud to say that I'm a part of this band and that we have made that 5-year milestone. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, that was a very long answer.
No,
but yes.
No, that's fine, because 5 years is a long time.
It is.
So it's expected to have, a deep, thought into, the answer, because like I mentioned earlier, a lot of bands are just not making the cut. And we all understand the industry is tough. Whaingakai, melia, or the band, especially when you are bringing heaps of different characters together and then expecting them to mesh and bond together. Everyone is different, everyone has their opinion. But to reach lima kausanga, ngai kausanga.
Yeah, just to add on what Rachel's saying, like for us, it's all about working together. All of us bringing our different ideas. For example, we had band practice. Rachel will come with a song, and we're all putting it. That's what makes it. And but us, we always trying to work as a team. And like what Rachel was saying, it's all of our family support. Our wives and our husband and kids. We have band practice. We take the whole whānau. And then by the time we get to the car, the kids are asleep. But it's all about support each other. And if the families are happy, for us to to take our time away from them to be in the band, then that's all that matters. So it's all about the teamwork and that makes us
and leadership is really key. Well, we know we have a newcomer to the band, and welcome. I know I've seen you a few times, but I'm not. I'm familiar with the old crew. But for yourself, how does it feel to join a band and now able to celebrate ngai kausanga kele? What's the bond like now?
Oh yeah. Well, so the bond. I haven't been playing in a band for quite a while. So like it's all familiar territory, like but coming into this band, when they talk about like family orientated, because I've seen during our we have crawlers and everything, but at the end of the day is get the work done, and it's basically for our family. And just finishing practices, we're all good. Come time to play on Saturday, you don't know how to get the job done. So it is really I enjoy myself it's a really fun environment. I miss it, and coming back into it, I really enjoy it. So I'm glad to be back, especially in this 5 years.
Yeah, man, 5 years, man. That's a long,
Very long
time.
yeah.
It's a long time, and it is, it's a very special milestone. But let's talk a little bit about the journey. We've heard it. It hasn't been easy. Rachel is actually a very familiar face to the industry, as well as her late dad. But we've seen yourself sing on places like CocoNet and all of these bigger platforms. How's it been, and what's it like being the female vocalist for a band that's dominated by the males?
Very good question. Very easy answer, but it's going to be long. Okay, so yes, my upbringing, I started singing when I was 2 years old, and I was my dad's pride and joy. I love my sisters. Yes, we were in a group called we are a group called the Mika Sisters, and just from our singing with our dad when he would go and preach, he would take us around the world. That's where we got and were able to gain our talent throughout the years. So we were so blessed. And when my dad knew and found out I was joining the MALAKA Band, because I had been in other bands prior to MALAKA, and I decided I just wanted to have a little break, and then Tala, gave me a call, and I took it up, and probably after a couple of gigs, me and my husband, because without my husband's support, I wouldn't have been able to say yes. Like I just, that's the thing with us. Like, and again, we always, if our husbands, our wives are happy, then of course 100%. So yes, MALAKA, we started off singing in Club Paradise. We were there for, I think, a couple of months, and, we were doing outside gigs. We even went down to Hamilton. We had a social there, and, even just for a day, we were, it was a really, we would have 2 gigs, and then after Paradise, we spent some time at Club Aupito, where we met the lovely Taupea. And, we were there for gigging a couple of months. So here it's probably a year or so. But the thing with our band is we are more, our weekends are very precious to us because we all work long hours throughout the week. That is our time for our family. So we actually wanted to step back, and because we didn't, the singing every week, every Friday and Saturday was getting a bit much, and we just decided to step back. Plus, because with us doing the nightclub gigs, we had outside gigs, and one day I probably did 4 gigs in that one day, and it does take a toll and the time away from your kids and your family. And then just even when we wouldn't have gigs, that's the thing with our band. When we don't have gigs, we still connect and we still catch up and do things with our families. And then when we do come to having a jam, or if we didn't have gigs, we'd still have band practice and enjoy each other's company. That's how we grew. So that when we did get another gig, we'd be ready with new playlists and things like that. And now we had a little bit of a break because of COVID, but we had a lot of, with the lockdowns and everything, people have had to reschedule their weddings for later on this year. And then we took up the time to go and actually start singing at Club Royals for the Saturdays. So it really worked with all our schedules, and here we are, 5 years later.
5 years later.
Sorry, what a long answer.
No, man.
Oh my God.
And I tell you, if you have not heard Rachel, I tell you, almost every weekend a teardrop. You can actually feel the joy that MALAKA Band bring to the table. Words, it's just beyond words. You need to check MALAKA out or book them, because I tell you, you will not be disappointed. But we'll cross over to Fo. How's your journey been for the past 5 years? What's been a highlight for you?
Honestly, 5 years, that's too long. It's a long journey for me. Like MALAKA now, it's a band, but really it's more like a family. You know, we started, 2017? Yeah, just what Rachel was saying, those who tell got hold of us. I recorded my cousin's Emmy, Eteru's album. I released langa CD at Paradise, and that's how I met Tala. So I went to a CD launch, and me and Tala had a little chat, and he goes, what do you play? I go up. I let out speaker, but he was looking for a keyboard player. So Tala got hold of me, and the same week, because I have a family band called Ngataula, and that same week, I met Rachel that same week, and then the next week we had band practice for MALAKA. We're trying to form a team. Rachel was there, so that's like, oh, okay. So 2017 we started practice for like 4 or 5 months, and then we started playing at Paradise, as Rachel mentioned before. And after for a couple months, and then we moved to Arata. And after Arata, we went to Melbourne. We had 2 tours in Melbourne. We had 2 tours in Melbourne. We came back, and then the COVID hit. So we had a little break, and then after, I think we moved to level 3, we had a couple of gigs in Tausala, and after that, and then went back to lockdown. So that was good. So have a break and spend time with families, but that time we still have band practice. So that's what I mean, like MALAKA, it's more than a band. So it's like a family. So even if we haven't seen each other for 2 weeks, and Rachel's like, boys, what are we doing next week? Should we have a jam? So then we get together, we just got together and have random, have a band practice, and even though we don't have gigs the next week, it was just got together, have a jam, and that's how it took 5 years. So and I've learned a lot as new keyboard players in the game. I know a lot of good players out there, and I've learned a lot from them. And I've learned a lot from MALAKA. It's been 5 years, a long time, and I tell you, you guys don't want to miss tomorrow. Come tomorrow, bring your partners, bring your wives, bring your second wives, bring your girlfriends, bring your other girlfriends, and let's have fun tomorrow. And tomorrow's gonna be a late night tomorrow, and yes, so tomorrow's and Talas has put up prices for grabs tomorrow. So the first 100 mothers, only mothers. There's Mother's Day this week, so only mothers get the prices.
Yeah, so the first 100 get put into the drawer, and they are giving out 5 meal offers.
Yep.
It could be money, you never know. There is money in there. It's surprises. But yes, just after for what Fo was saying, I do also want to mention being the only female in the band is actually, and dealing with all the males, it's really cool because they're all like my older brothers, and we all get each other's jokes. I don't know, you'll probably meet Saul. Saul's the biggest joker.
Trouble Saul.
Saul's the biggest joker in the band.
Trouble.
But when things get intense and then he cracks some of his jokes, everything just falls into place. Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that as well.
Look, before we go into our final question, I will just quickly, Ryan, o le whaamoemoe lea mo tai au, of the evening of tomorrow, Mount Malaka celebrating 5 kausanga, karo o, ngā kākale ngai pēn, oka se aulele, o le aulele, kai, tala, oka se aulele o ngā ia o tala, ia malang whaletua ia mei, le ngakare aulele a tala ia e loku fo I masawia, oka se aulele, ia maave, and to Sam, o le Gengela Sam Toria, she's alright, she's alright, sis, I'm kidding, sis, but Oka se o lele ngei whaili. So please, the Ryans, I've got the details up for their celebration tomorrow. That's happening there at Club Royal. So up there, the information's there that Ryan's got. That we will post up. Club Royals at what time, please, Rachel?
10 o'clock, 10 p.m.
10
to 3 a.m.
to 3 a.m. Don't forget, they've got all of the prizes there as well.
We also have Lani Alo performing tomorrow night, and Milena Lino coming and joining us on the stage for a couple of songs as well. You don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it. There you have it. The lineup is going to be an awesome one. And if you don't already know, Milena Lino is, oh my gosh, amazing. You've got Lani Alo as well tomorrow there at Club Royal, so don't forget. But my last and final question from Mole, and I don't know, either one of you can answer before we get the team to sing a song live, which is one of my favorites. O lea so whautuanga, mo isi whaili or anyone else that are looking, because like we've mentioned, it's not an easy gig. O lea so whautuanga, lea ua e māsangi, lea kaungu, you know, it's 5 years. Since, you know, in these 5 years, what is the best advice that you have for other bands that are looking to form or either keep their band together?
Whaftai mo whafsiri le te wheni pia. To just a little advice for all our bands out there. I respect all of you, but main thing is just to work together and respect each other. You know, you can't get through it if you know if one's coming from a different, you know, brings a different attitude. Everyone has to work together. And respect one another. That's the main thing for me. And yeah, just work together. Be happy. You know, fai mea fia, ma fai mea fia, manui fo in fama mo le tua. Te talo pe yo I would be so. Yeah, that's just it's just as long as everyone's work together and respect one another, and that's the main key for me.
Rach, did you have any advice?
Yep. I mean, Foles said it all. Those are the real high and main parts of it. Also, commitment and just, yeah, I think Foles just summed it up for us. Commitment and support each other, and mainly from your family before you even make the decision of forming a band. Oh, that's just for me. But yeah. Thank you, Bea.
No, thank you. There we have it. Yeah, e mua ona si le vi inga le male whaapitai I le atua wā ua tau no male manuia le nei, you know, 5 tausanga oka o kai tala le mea maka o kia. So, loa whionga tala, also to May, Sau, Ave, and to the Mount Malaka Band. Whawhitai, thank you for your love. Thank you for the music and the platform. Thank you for all that you do for our community. And with that said, we are going to have the team play live Aso Leanga, which is a bese that I absolutely love. So whawhitai lava, le tau sala ya Rachel, and also Fo and Fasa for playing this jam.
E ui na tinga ole nei mea ua e pai ai o te ono sa I pea Male loto tau mawhai E tinga le te le tala a tangata Ele I mawhai tau to alofa na ole ya tua na tesi la fia mea uma ai aluia o eso asoleanga o seu malod letau sai o levasa a tonu lava e toia i sei si painga e tinga le tala a tangata ele i mawhai talulo ualofa na ole ya tua na tesi la via mea uma ai aluia o le toi a soleanga o seu malod le tau tai o le vasa a tonu lava e toia i sei si fainga.
Final words, please share where we can find you tomorrow live.
Tomorrow you'll find us at Club Royals, not far from here in Manukau.
Right opposite warehouse on Cavendish Drive.
You don't want to miss it. Come. There are some prizes there for our mothers tomorrow night. We start at 10 p.m. sharp to 3 a.m. in the morning. Hope to see you all there.
Oh, thank you, Whawhitai, once again. Thank you so much to the MALAKA Band and also just to Tala as well. Tala, not only to Tala, but to all of the supporters of the MALAKA Band for making your time available for our team here at BluTV. I do apologise. Asiata was unable to make it. Or for a busy, Asiata. But whawhitai I le tatou Malo Molinea, so thank you once again to all of our guests. Mole whaavano mai I la Tautai I le ne aso whawhitai foi I le o tau lango ma le mai moa mai. Ai mese o le tātou sponsors o malawa a le BluTV manuia le nei afiafi tātou whelo wai foi le aso ngafua. Happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers so dear to our hearts. Pea Semu le nei mai BluTV so fast way for